Hi, welcome back channel, Train Station 2. Alright, good double first again in the second competitions, and of course gonna share you the new logistics center, and then of course the frustration that the maintenance keep on kicking in. So that's something really strange after they implement this new logistics center. So the second competitions was really tough, as mentioned in the previous video. I was really lucky who managed to get first again, all thanks to the good amount of union dollars that's being spent in the innovations center. So I really look forward to the new logistics center, because I understand that it can access additional warehousing, and it will give you instant collections of items once you already activate those collections, and it doesn't require a train. Right, so all this will be shared later on. As of now, back to this event, second competition. You can see here I will be stuck with 2 jobs really soon, so this is something worrying, and of course we have no choice but to go with the flow. That being said, I think all this would be the path that every player would need to go through, so we try our best to get it done and over with. Hopefully we get back to 3 jobs, but at this juncture we are just too close for comfort for the SK333. It's only what, like 31 points away, and at this juncture I still have 3 jobs, but once I'm over and done with the last special job, then I'll be left with 2. So that's really worrying. Like here we are stuck with just 2 jobs to do, and it's really frustrating because Pixel is always picking on me. They keep on asking for items I do not have, and then it forced me to spend every single gem I have, and really I think this is something that I couldn't stop complaining with it. There's so many of these items I prepared with, none of it being asked for, and they picked things that I don't have, and continuously for a few moments. I mean, after doing so much of efforts in this 3 days event, I do not want to lose it, because I know the importance of scoring 1000 event coin at the first 3 competition, because on the 4th competition onwards things will go haywire. I have a feeling that things may even go haywire in the 3rd, because I'm very near, I think, to completion of 100%. At this juncture, at this rate I'm going, I think soon will be over 100%, and things will really go hell of a lot that they will ask for crazy amount of items, probably over 1,000. At currently standing about probably 60 or 70% complete. Items being asked for goes up to 800 plus, so that's really crazy. And I think they keep on coming with the items that do not really have. That's really tough. I don't know, do they have an AI that watch over items that we have? Just wondering. And you can see here again another item I do not have. So at this juncture I'll try to push the great gap between myself and the SK333. But again, being such a tough competitor, he doesn't give up. So it's only at the last moment I can rest assured that probably he's stuck with 2 jobs as well. So I believe he could be doing a lot of 3 jobs and the bonus jobs as well, while I'll be struggling with 2 jobs. So there was a moment, I even believe that there could be a moment that he has 4 jobs, like what I used to have. At the last moment, I'm really glad. Struggling with 2 jobs, so we managed to maintain it. But what really frustrates me is that the last moment where I tried to finish one last job, the system kept on going to the maintenance mode, and that was really scary because I could lose it easily, all because thanks to Pixel maintenance mode at the tail end of a 3 days competition. Can you imagine that after they roll out a new logistics center, they can easily roll out tomorrow or even now after the competition, but they decided to roll out at the last moment of the tail end of the competition. And it's not the first time. Every time the timing for their rolling out of the new item or new facility or the new game design mode is always in the midst and the tail end of competition. I do not know why. Apparently they are unaware. No, I don't think so, and probably they don't care. So it is always like that, and the developer doesn't learn. So this is something that is quite frustrating. I do understand the new logistics center. It works, but something's you gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice a train that will be stuck with a logistics center you cannot take out for your daily jobs. So you put in a train that you don't really need it. If you have good number of those trains, then it's fine. Alright, so here we are at this logistics center we're talking about. You gotta automate by putting in a train. So there is a free item there, the coal. I don't think I wanted it because it's 30 seconds away. Why should I need it? totally not going to put in a train. I'll be wasting a train if I do that. So never do that on those 30 seconds job like coal and iron. You do those for tough ones like 5 minutes or so, and probably it makes sense. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense at all, because you'll be stuck with one good train out there, and you can't apparently unlock that train from logistics centers unless you pay using gems. That's ridiculous, right? So I believe these items that they ask for, I mean, if you want those items, you can get it on your own steel, but this logistics center additional warehousing, because that items goes and collect it, and it will just stay there until you collect it from the logistics center. It will just stay there. So it means it's additional warehousing, don't you think so? And the material is always available and it's auto top up. So this is the new logic center that we're talking about, and this is a news that came out with, and they talk about the automation of collections and the trains over all the regions been sitting idling. So if that's the case, put your idle train into it. Alright, so this logic center is here to automate collection of resources from all the regions, and you can automate without hassle of switching to a region with this resource destination and manually selecting trains to collect it. So if there's a hassle for you, I don't think so. It is more towards the additional warehousing at a time that you're going to collect it, because sometimes you need 5 minutes or so, and if this works means that you do not need a train to collect the items. It always sits there until you collect it, and then it will go and auto collect another set, waiting for you to collect again. So generally that's how it works. And of course, the train slots are sold currently. The first three are sold for coins, and then the fourth to the sixth are sold for gems. I don't want to spend gems on it, so be selective on what you really want. Don't go and choose things like the coal or the iron. I think these are the things you do not want to do. Make sure, again, the same duration will be needed. For example, you're going to collect items normally by trains 5 minutes. It will take the same 5 minutes for it to be generated in your logistics center. The only difference is you do not need a train, or basically you do not need a dispatcher, all right, because corrected on that. So the train will be locked in the logistics center. You can't use it, and the only good thing about this is it basically automatically bring those stuff and sits in the logistics center, but that train can't be used for anything else, and you do not need dispatchers. Basically it's auto. So in terms of the logistics center, it acts as your additional dispatchers, and it can send all that you wanted in this auto mode, and then eventually just sits there wait for it to collect. So if it doesn't collect, just sits there. That's an additional warehousing. If it collects, it goes and collect another set for you. So in that sense, even though you do not have any dispatchers on your disposal, you could basically collect items. So that's what it meant for this automation of this logistics center, right? So it does not require a dispatcher. So just make sure you decide well on what you want, because just remember this, the first three I think is using coins. Subsequently you need to use gems to buy. So the tracks are yours, you can choose, but again, once the train is being used in this, you can't unlock it or use it for other things else. So you got to think carefully. For example, you have only one legendaries of 80 capacity, then you shouldn't be using it, that 80 capacity for this purpose. You can send a lower one that it doesn't need, because just remember this, every single region you should have one 80 capacity train to collect your gold every 4 hourly. If you put it into logistics center, that train is gone. So just make sure you do not do that. So if you have 2 or more of those high capacity legendaries, then by all means you can do so. So make sure, again, do not worry about using this unnecessarily. It doesn't require this actually. If you want to use it wisely. So that's for the logistics center update. And again, we had the tail end of this, and already spent a lot of Union dollars already, almost depleted on that. But now you just choose this crude oil, because it's always the case. I'll be using crude oil anyways. So again, you're gonna choose a good train. You can see I have 2 very good trains, so probably I'll send one, since I have another one for my collection of my coins. So that's what I meant. Alright, so once you confirm it, that's locked, and you just go on its own, and once it's done, you will come back here. Alright, so that's how it works out. You do not need a dispatcher for this. Just make sure this is the fact. Alright, so here we are with an additional dispatcher on disposal, since we are using logistics center for the automation. Alright, so very quickly, let's see. That's how it works. you have apparently set this up, then eventually you'll be back in 5 minutes, just the amount of time you require normally. And the only difference I'm going to emphasize again is without the need for dispatcher. That's about it. All right. So and you don't collect it. I think that's the best choice, because you do not need it. Don't collect it. You just don't eat into your warehouse space. All right, then of course immediately because of that, the maintenance keep on kicking in and kind of locked in the game, and that's very frustrating because that's the moment of the tail end of competition. All right, so really lucky. Probably the competitor is also facing the same problem of maintenance mode. So with that, he's not making progress. That's fantastic. Probably this maintenance mode did save me after all. So with that, I think we have secured the win. And of course, even though after clicking on collecting the rewards, the system hang again, and it doesn't register after all. So I'm gonna go in and keep on collecting it until it registers. Alright, so this is RR getting first in the round 2, and of course this is my own competition, and we got it first again with a special icon. I'm not going to use it, so definitely Santa Claus again. So that's all for sharing in this video, and of course now time for a break, and of course preparation for the third competition. EPH start is important. Start late too. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Wish you good luck. Goodbye.